All right, good morning. Finally able to call to order the December 16th meeting of the Zionsville Redevelopment Commission. As always, we'll start with our consent agenda items, the monthly report, TIF area report, approval and adoption of the November 18th meeting minutes, and approval and adoption of the executive session minutes also from November 18th. And claims for approval, excuse me. All these items were in our packet. Anyone have any questions or comments on these items? If not, take a motion to approve.
I'll move that we approve the the consent agenda items.
I'll second, since I'm the only one here. So with that, we have a motion and a second for the consent agenda items. We got to do a roll call since we have virtual members. We'll start with Commissioner Vaughn.
Aye.
Commissioner Ezra.
Aye.
I am also an aye. So motion carries. Next, we have the director's report. Mr. Deputy Mayor.
I believe Commissioner Norris is also on.
It's not showing up here.
Is he on? Can you tell, Jonah? No, he's not. He's not? Okay. I wonder if he's on as a participant as opposed to more of a audience member as opposed to a participant. He says he can hear.
Evan, you need to elect to be a panelist.
1 second, sorry
in order
guys.
to participate.
He says I'm a participant.
The live mics.
I'm here now. I apologize.
Okay, Evan's on. In the interest of time, I just wanted to give a brief update. We had a exciting groundbreaking for Dan Killinger and Intelligent Living Solutions, which is Lot 1 of Creekside Corporate Park. Just a great story in terms of a business that literally was started out of his garage and is focusing on home automation, moving into corporate automation, went over to Z-Works, then actually ended up taking over all of the Cedar Street Z-Works location, and then now has built a building, and we'll have some other tenants as well, which will bring additional economic activity to the town. So obviously there will be a little bit slower in terms of construction as we go in through the winter season here, but we'll begin really in earnest in the spring. And then just briefly as well, the Lot 2, Crider and Crider, we're working on a drainage easement that will help that project move forward. Lots of progress with Fru's Vision, if you've been out there recently, and that will continue through the winter. And then I think Exclusive Autosport, which is the other one on the other side of Creekside, Creekway, that is, will really probably begin in earnest in the spring. And then that kind of leads us to our next item of new business, of old business, which is a term sheet for Lot 1. And wanted to introduce Mike Curlis, who's going to give a little bit of a high-level overview of the project. And again, this is a term sheet that sort of sets some high-level parameters, allows for a due diligence period, and then we would move into a development agreement if both parties are amenable to that. So with that, I'll have Mr. Curlis come and give a little bit of an overview of his project.
Thank you, Justin. Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Curlis, and want to give you a little flavor of what I would hope to build in your park. And Zach, are you going to be able to pull those up while he's doing that? Just, I guess, a little bit of background. I recently moved back to Indiana. I worked in California for the last 12 years and retired and moved back here a couple of years ago. And in the time I've been gone, 106th Street changed dramatically. And maybe my timing is good because my intentions here, if this could get worked out, is for me to be, would be the finale of the projects of a lot of hard work that a lot of people in this room have done. So to get it to this point, I know it's been a ton of work on your end, and I want to acknowledge, as we've been working with Zach and Justin with respect to how you're pricing the lot, I do acknowledge and appreciate the approach that you're taking, because the site is very challenging. We've done a lot of homework on it already, but more to be done. But I think that for us to even to get to this point has a lot to do with the, I guess, the entrepreneurial drive that I've seen from the community here to do the right things to try to move this lot. And when we do build on here, I'll assure you I'm going to build something that you're going to be proud of, and I'll be even prouder of myself. So if you, I guess, go to the next one, that's going to be pretty hard to read. Maybe go to the rendering, maybe the tail, there you go. Just give you a little feel. This is a very similar look and feel and building materials that if you think about the Bodie's building, I guess maybe it's the Bodie's or Wheelhouse building, similar color, similar building materials, and I guess just a similar feel and look. And then, Zach, if you could go to the site plan, there you go. And as you're well aware, this lot is kind of a flag lot, and nothing we can do about the shape of it. It does require an extraordinarily long drive to get back there, so we're having to figure out how to navigate through that. This is the location of the building where this is real close, and as we move forward in the next 90-day period, if we're fortunate enough to do that, we would obviously calibrate the exact location of the building. But this gives you a general feel of what we have in mind in terms of how we have to access the building and how it would be parked, and then some circulation around the building. And if you want to pop to the, yeah, that's a good one. So this is first floor. You'd see there's kind of office break area, pretty typical stuff on the first floor. There's an open area to the lower right, call that a fitness area, if you will. TBD, what we put in there, but you can imagine things like maybe a basketball goal, perhaps pickleball court, et cetera, but something, again, that's geared for private use only, and something that I would be, in direct control of all that. The other side is this very typical storage, provides a ton of flexibility for me or the next buyer or the next owner. But I'm going to build a building that's going to make sense, not just for me, but make sense for this park, forever. And that's the first floor layout. And then if you go upstairs, this gives you a feel. We would have a grand total of about 3,000 square feet of office, at least preliminarily, most of it in an open office concept to provide the ultimate flexibility in terms of the potential use in the building. So I can pause there if you have any questions about the building. I was going to then talk about my intended use here. I'll keep rolling. So intended use, I retired a couple of years ago. I'm going to have, over the next several years, sons, son-in-laws, et cetera, migrating back to Indianapolis, trying to figure out long-term what some of those business opportunities might look like, trying to create a platform where I have our family office there, and I create an opportunity for other individuals, call it a handful, 5 to 10 people that are sort of like-minded, that have recently retired, in the process of starting other businesses, need a place to office, need a place for assistance, and I would envision anywhere from 5 to 10 people that fit that profile that would use this building for office space, for some storage for their own personal property, and a place just to go and quite frankly, I'm funding this out every day. Every day you spend at home as a retired 60-year-old is a better day you spend away during the day. So there's a lot of other people in this community that feel pretty similar, or at least their wives feel similar. So we're going to have, I think, people in this building that more than likely are going to be thinking about and incubating future business opportunities, and this creates a platform for those things to start. We'll see where all those go from here, but you need the building to have those ideas to be generated. And I'm going to be in the midst of doing a lot of that on my end, and I expect some of the other people that I'll have in this building will be doing the same thing. I think that's the basics, and I'm happy to answer any questions anybody might have.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? I just have one comment. Appreciate your interest in the site. I think it's amongst, or maybe the most challenging site that we have, and the interest has been somewhat limited, and having something real like this that has a lot of community benefit, we appreciate you taking the time and trying to figure it out. So, all right. So with that, well, any questions we want to discuss here at the commissioner level? All right. With that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the term sheet for Creekside Corporate Park Lot 1.
I will make that motion if I can.
All right, I heard a motion, I believe, from Commissioner Norris. Is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion, a second. We'll do the roll call. Since we missed you the first time, we'll start with you, Commissioner Norris.
Aye.
Aye. Commissioner Vaughn?
Aye.
Commissioner Ezra?
Aye.
I'm also an aye, so the motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have an additional appropriation resolution.
Yes, this is a customary appropriation that we have at the end of the year that really, as it relates to timing and some of the funding of some of our bond obligations. And we have Cindy Poor, Director of Finance and Records, if she wanted to give a kind of a very high-level overview or answer any of your questions. She obviously works alongside the town, but then also is a really helpful to support to this redevelopment commission.
Good morning. As Justin said, a couple of these additional appropriations that are listed on here are basically due to timing. These were first payments for these bonds, and by the time budgets were done, paperwork was received, et cetera, a budget didn't get set up for these payments, so we just need to appropriate these dollars. The payments have been made at this point. Funds have been received through TIF. And then the Appaloosa, that was basically just a calculation error on when the budget was set up. Funds are in there, but we just need to appropriate that dollar amount more. You're welcome.
Any questions or discussion?
Did we get these into the 26 budget appropriately based on this then?
I'm going to go back through all of them, and I'll work with Zach to make sure
Okay.
that everything's set up the way it needs to be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions on the additional appropriation resolution? All right, seeing none, we'll take a motion to approve.
Excuse me, I'll move that we approve the additional appropriation funds for the 2025-2026 slash budget.
We have a motion, is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. We'll do the roll call. Commissioner Norris,
Aye.
Commissioner Vaughn,
Aye.
Commissioner Ezra.
Aye.
I'm also an aye, motion carries. Moving on, new business, Zionsville Community Development Corporation 2026 appointments.
Yes, I believe the intent is to reappoint Commissioner Vaughn on behalf of the Redevelopment Commission, and then two members of the community who have really added a lot to that group, which is Erica Carpenter and Carol Weber. So I think we'll just a voice vote, assuming there is agreement among the RDC members, to reappoint those three members.
All right, so just take a voice vote on the appointment. Do we,
You just make a formal motion to nominate.
okay.
I'll move that we approve the nominations for the Zionsville Community Development Corporation for the 2026 appointments. There are three.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. Commissioner Norris,
Aye.
Commissioner Vaughn,
Aye.
Commissioner Ezra.
Aye.
I am also an aye. Appointments are made. So moving on to other business, Finance Committee.
We did not meet, but we did discuss the claims and the additional appropriation, so.
Great. Governance Committee surprisingly did not meet this month, so. Zionsville CDC, Commissioner Vaughn, anything to
Yeah,
report?
thank you. Yeah, we did convene. We discussed, I think, some drainage easements and also continue to negotiate on the maintenance contract. So no action items on our part, but just an update.
All right, thank you. Before we get to adjournment, anything else anyone has?
I I just want to say thank you to the members of this commission. I think it's really important that we have residents that get back to their town like this. Also want to say thank you to Tim Berry and Chris Grazel, who help support the work of this commission, and then Zach Lutz, who really does the lion's share of the work to support you guys and all of the great projects that come through this commission. So again, really appreciate it. I'm excited for 2026 and our last lot within Creekside Corporate Park and future opportunities we have across the town.
Great. Deputy Mayor,
Darren, if
thank
I
you
could,
for all your hard work.
just
You
wanna-
didn't want to thank yourself, so we'll do it for you. With that, we're at the end. Any discussion or questions before we adjourn?
Evan, maybe?
Evan, Commissioner Norris?
I believe Ryan had something to say.
Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to echo that, especially with Zach. Zach does a ton of work, keeps us well-informed, communicates tremendously via email, is always on the spot. So appreciate that, Zach. Thank you.
Job, Zach? All right. Treasurer, did you have something?
I'll just wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and let's go to 2026.
I'll echo that as well. All right. Do we need to make a do we need to
Yeah.
roll call and you make a motion to?
A motion to adjourn the final meeting of 2025 for the RDC.
Is there a second?
Second.
Do we need to roll call this, John? Yeah, all right. All those in favor of adjournment signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, thanks, everyone. Including you virtually.
Thanks, everybody.